Have you ever wanted fresh homemade cookies but didn't have the flour, eggs, time, or patience it takes to make them? Well, my name is Tori Kieser, and I'm here to show you a simple, fast, and delicious way to end up with fresh homemade cookies. No-bake cookies use only a few ingredients and take only a matter of minutes to prepare. To make these, you will need 2 cups of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1 stick of butter, a half a cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 1 cup of peanut butter, and then 3 cups of quick cooking oats. And then to turn all of these into the cookies, you will also need a saucepan, measuring cups and spoons, a rubber spatula, and then a spoon or scooper to form your cookies, and then we also have wax paper so they can cool and harden there. For the sake of time in this video, I've already combined the sugar, the cocoa, butter, milk, and vanilla into this saucepan, and I put it on the stove to begin heating. Once it begins to boil, then I will add the remaining 2 ingredients, and then we will stir them together. Now today is a perfect day to make no-bake cookies because it's really dry out and it's also really warm. You don't want to make the no-bake cookies if it's rainy out because the humidity in the air will make the cookies not set very well, and then you'll just end up with like a chocolate chunky lava, in which case you can just put it into a bowl and eat it with a spoon. I've had to do that before, but it's still delicious, I promise you. Alright, so when your cocoa powder is getting with your sugar, you'll get a really nice dark chocolate mixture here. And generally, your butter will all melt in, and then it'll start to boil. If you like, you can alter some of the ingredients. So right here I have creamy peanut butter, but you can also use things like chunky peanut butter, and they also have flavored peanut butter. And instead of cocoa, you can also use butterscotch chips, which I really enjoy. Now for this purpose, I'm making the no-bake cookies just to eat with friends, but you can also make them really quickly if you ever have a bake sale or a party for a classroom or a carry-in. You can really make them for any occasion. Alright, so my mixture's starting to boil a little bit, so I'm going to start trying to get my peanut butter out of my container. Sometimes it can take a while to do that. And then when you are mixing the oats in, you want to make sure that you get all of the chocolate and the peanut butter in it all evenly, because you don't want to have cookies that are mostly chocolate with no oatmeal, because those will be really, really rich. You might not like this very much. So you can leave it on the heat if you'd like, if you're worried about them not setting up yet. But otherwise, you can just start stirring them together and just try not to make a mess. Some people also like to form these into bars, in which case you might need a pan. And then you spread it in there, and then you let them cool, and then cut them with a knife. Alright, so as you can see, my chocolate and my oats are getting pretty well mixed together. And see, they're all kind of nice and coated. The peanut butter's getting in there. That's the hard part to stir in because it is a little thicker than the rest of it. I always thought that you would melt it with the chocolate, but they just don't turn out the same if you do that. See, there was a chunk right there. Alright, so then, once it's all stirred together, a little extra there, I see some peanut butter. You'll turn off your stove. You definitely don't want to leave that on. And then you can use your spoon and you put it on your wax paper. I usually make my cookies about 1.5 inches to 2 inches in diameter, but you can make really small ones. I know that small things are trendy. So you'll put all of that on your wax paper, and then you let them cool, and then you can enjoy them. So thank you very much for watching my demonstration video on no-bake cookies. I'm Tori Kieser again, and here's my lovely audience.